Sup, my little pretties, it's your mistress, the Queen of Lions here, and welcome to another episode of Shadows and Pretties. This is episode 40. So, with that being said, today we are going to do another Christmas movie, and now that we're approaching December, I decide, you know what? I've done a Christmas special on Fat Albert, and the Cosby Kids last episode. So this episode, I'm going to look at doing another Christmas movie. So most of you guys have probably have seen this when you were young kids. I'm sure you guys remember this as a kid. And if you guys haven't, then you probably don't remember, seeing how good this movie is. So this movie today we are going to do that has Will Ferrell in it. And that movie is called Elf. Elf is a really good Christmas movie that came out in 2003. And this has been played, constantly on TV for, a long time. It's like a holiday special, or at least a holiday movie related. They basically have this on TV. Like, I almost see it every time I see it on TV. I've seen, no, basically this special on almost every television have this on every Christmas year, even in this November. But you know what? With that being said, I am going to explain what the plot of this movie is, and then we are going to do that from there. So, with that being said, I think we should just go ahead and begin with this review. Now, I'm going to say right now that I am going to be spoiling pretty much everything about Elf. So, if you haven't seen this movie, please do me a favor and watch this movie right now. Get off this video if you don't want any spoilers. Okay, so basically this happens on Christmas Eve, which is a baby boy at an orphanage crawls into Santa's sack, his sack full of presents, and is unwillingly transported back to the North Pole. When the baby is somehow discovered at the workshop, the elves named him Buddy after the brand label on his diaper, and Papa Elf adopts and raises him. So Buddy grows up at the North Pole, believing that he is an elf and accepted in the elf community. But due to his human size, he is unable to keep up with the elves, demoted by demeaning toy testing. Soon Buddy overhears that he is a human, and Papa Elf explains that Buddy was born to Walter Hobbs and Susan Wells, and has given up for an adoption. When Susan subsequently died, and Walter, who now works as a children's book publisher at the Empire State Building in New York City, which is unaware of Buddy's existence, to Buddy's horror, Santa reveals that Walter is on the naughty list due to selfish and Eruption's demeanor, but suggests that Buddy could help redeem him. So, the plot of this story of how it all turns out is actually pretty interesting. It's actually really awesome that, Elf had decided to, take a plot that nobody has used before, and they actually did something really interesting. Now, I could definitely say when I was a kid, I used to love watching this movie over and over and over again. It's one of those Christmas movies I could watch it so many times and I would never, ever, ever get sick or tired of it. It's just that good. People. And then it's just really, really good. And that is definitely a really good positive with with the whole concept itself. Now, I do wish that there would be maybe a sequel to this. That way, this story would be, much interesting and really well made, to be honest. So, Buddy promptly travels to New York to find his father at work, but even though he mentions Susan Wells, Walter, brushes it off as a dysfunctional Christmas gram messenger that has kicked him out of the premises, and inspired by a sarcastic remark from the security guard. So, Buddy heads over to the Glimble's department store, where a manager mistakes him for an employee. At the store Santa's Land, where he meets Jovi, which is his friend, an enthusiastic employee who she's, insanely smitten. After hearing that Santa will be at the store the following day, Buddy decorates Santa's Land overnight, and when Buddy realizes that Jimble's Santa is not the real Santa, he unmasks him and causes a wild crazy in the store while, of course, that lands Buddy in jail. So, of course, the doctor reluctantly bails Buddy out and then takes him to a doctor for a DNA test, which confirms that Buddy is in fact his long-lost son. Very surprisingly, eh? Now, the doctor convinces Walter to take Buddy home to meet his stepmother, Emily, and their 12-year-old half-brother, Michael, believing that he's in fact once faced with the reality that he will drop the elf thing and move on as a regular adult. So Walter and Michael were put off by Buddy's strange behavior, but Emily insists that they care for him as he recovers. So Michael eventually warms up to Buddy after Buddy defends him from a gang of bullies during a snowball fight, and Michael encourages Buddy to ask Jovi on a date, which she accepts. During the date, the two fall in love. Yeah, basically almost every single movie that has, a guy and a girl, involved in it, they do fall in love. I don't understand why that's the case. It's not that I don't have a problem with it, although it can be quite boring at times. I'm not saying that, every time, a guy meets a girl in the movie, they fall in love is bad. I could definitely say its own creativity here. But you know what? I'm just gonna say right now that when I say about women and men falling in love and having babies and all that, it's natural for that. I just got off the conversation with my mom, so yeah. But when it comes to making movies, it's all it's all creativity. When people create and make their own movies, they can do whatever they want. So I'm going to say it's all creativity when, however, people make the movies. So meanwhile, in Walter's company, in trouble, and most of their recent books fails to sell, Walter's boss, Fulton Greenway, lays down the hard deadline for Walter to give a new book ready by Christmas Eve in desperation, but Walter and his team secured a meeting for his best-selling children's author, Miles Finch. Buddy interrupts the meeting and boasts for his newfound love and mistakes for Finch, who has dwarfism, which is, well, kind of like it's basically, I'm just going to say right now, it's like kind of a disability. No offense to people who have that, by the way. For Elf, of course, Buddy in turn insults Finch. It pesters him into losing his temper. And in a range, an insulted Finch attacks Buddy and walks out on Walter, who snaps anger at Buddy for ruining the meeting and harshly disowns him. So heartbroken, Buddy leaves a note for Walter, Emily, and Michael that an itch sketch that wanders about the streets, laminating that he doesn't fit anywhere. So on Christmas Eve, after finding Finch's notebook of ideas, Walter and his team scramble to create a book to pitch. But as Walter prepares to pitch the book to Greenway that evening, Michael, who has found Buddy's note, arrives and informs him that Buddy is gone. Realizing that he's gone and forces to leave between his job or his family, Walter quits his job and then leaves with Michael, to go save Buddy. So as Buddy wanders the streets, he watches Santa on his sleigh crash into Central Park, attracting the huge cloud. So Buddy tracks down Santa, who explains that the sleigh has lost engine and cannot fly without it due to shortage of Christmas spirit. So Buddy finds the engine and is reunited with Walter and Michael. So Walter apologizes to Buddy and accepts him as his son again. And Buddy takes him to meet Santa, who proves himself to Michael that showing him that he's truly wanted for Christmas. Michael asks Santa's list to read it in front of him, and all the television and camera guests gather outside the park. They also prove that Santa is real, and the Central Park Rangers, who have the grudge against Santa for placing him on the naughty list, and the chase sleigh, Buddy tries to reattach the engine. Of course, Jovi leads the singing cloud into saying Santa Claus is coming to town, hoping to raise enough Christmas spirit to fully power the sleigh engine without the engine for the first time in years. So that's basically what happens, and yeah. So the end of the movie goes is by next Christmas, Walter starts his own life by publishing company, best-selling books about Buddy's stories, and Buddy Jovi, now married, have a little girl named Susie who visits Papa Elf. So that's basically, that's basically what this is. So, of course, there are some stuff right here. So I love Will Ferrell, who plays his Buddy. He actually did a really good job, but however, Jim Carrey was originally going to play the role, but that was when the script was written in 1993, but it took so long to get the film out that Carrey lost his patience. So he basically dropped out this role and was replaced by Will Ferrell. So that's basically, surprising and shocking to you. So, of course, the development of this, which was the script that was originally going to be made in the 90s, with Jim Carrey to star, but of course, he dropped out of he dropped out, let's just say, and say that the original script of it was just crazy. So, yeah, of course, it was just really really crazy, when the development was going on. But of course, her they paused the original script would have been rated PG-13. Well, mainly because of that. So, of course, let's just say right now that really it's just really crazy how this all came together. So the filming of it began on December 2nd, 2002 and was finished on March 7th, 2003. So the filming took place in New York City as well as in Vancouver at the Fair Riverview Hospital in British Columbia. So of course, the project of this was a big success and they won a lot of rewards and stuff like that. It actually was, nominated as well. But of course, with that being said, I do have this on DVD. It's actually one of my favorite ones that I've seen. Although there are other ones that I do have to say that were pretty good. But yeah, there is a remake of this. I believe so. But, I'm not really 100% sure. So, yeah. So, unfortunately, the sequel did not happen. Well, kind of did, but it kind of not did. So, yeah, that's kind of like a big thing when it came to that, with Elf, being, a really good Christmas movie. But, people, this is actually one of my favorite Christmas movies that I like to sit there and, chill about it. Now, if this movie was released in 1993, I'm not even sure if this would be PG-13 or just PG because, the favorite parts of this is where, Buddy's and, goes in the shower room and he finds his girlfriend, in taking a shower and she's like, "Get out! Don't look at me!" Oh my I can definitely say that now, people. If you want to find the full movie, I really highly recommend you check out, other places. Like, YouTube has it, I believe so. But yet again, copyright takes them down. So, yeah, that's kind of a bummer. But if you guys have the movie, you're in luck. And if you guys seen it as a kid, you're really in luck. So, with that being said, I'm definitely going to be completely honest that, this concept of itself was actually really amazing, especially the fact that the plot of it actually fits out well. It actually, helps out a lot more. Now, this was originally going to be a Rankin Boss one, but they decided to, put it off till like I think 2000 in the early 2000s. I just seriously don't know why they did that. But this movie, what did I think of this movie? Well, I found this movie to be rather good. Really amazing, to be honest, even though I remember watching it as a kid. Now, if you guys remember watching this as a kid, let me know in the comments below. I would really like to hear your thoughts and opinions on this. So, with that being said, I'm gonna say this right now. This is simply my own personal opinion on this movie. If you happen to disagree with me and you don't like Elf, just let me know in the comments below, and that's fine too. This movie deserves a lot of love, and for people who love it, it's amazing. Just flat out amazing. I really do love it. So, with that being said, if you guys happen to be brand new here on the channel, oh yeah, I'm kind of wrapping up the review. I know this is like another short episode, but I digress on this because there are some episodes on here that are going to be long, some of them are going to be short, and all that. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this review. Now, anyways, what did you guys all think of this movie, Elf? Did you all enjoy it? Did you not? Also, what you have done personally to help make this movie a lot better? Leave me know your thoughts are down in the comment section down below on Elf, and let me know your opinions on it, and let me know what you think. Are you going to watch it this Christmas, people? Let me know in the comments below, too. I would really like to know. I'm the Queen of Lions. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. If you happen to be brand new here on this channel, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe because I make brand new videos every single day. Don't forget to ring the notification bell to when I upload so that you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, please roll the outro. No, not to. I don't usually have outros here. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry about that, guys. I just woke up not too long ago, so yeah, I do apologize. But other than that, I'll be seeing you all in the next upload. Peace out, and I'll catch you all next time, people.